Hey, we are back with Terra Invicta going into part 2 of today's episode. And I think we're going to go to an abandoned village. Spooky. And figure out what's going on there. So you guys wake up in the morning, everything's fine, you're all rested. No more plant zombie elephants attacked you in the middle of the night. And it's time to go to Mantru. That's what the name of the village is.
How do you spell Mantru? Because I've been spelling it one way and I don't know if that's correct.
That is what I have.
Man, I
Written
already
down.
spelled it wrong and I was 2 letters in.
Mantru.
How great thing to now see is how was I spelling it.
Man, true and female false.
Sure. Yeah. That is a pun, I suppose.
It's a pun. That's
yeah.
all it was. It wasn't
I was
anything
definitely spelling it like Montru.
So was I.
I would have spelled it man and then the word true. That's
I spelled it mon and then the word true.
Yeah, it might be Mantru.
I can't read.
All right. I'm just going to real quick take a look at my notes. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Are those more powerful though? Okay, perfect. That's what I want. Okay, so you guys enter Lay Village. Are you doing it stealthily? What's the plan here? Does someone go in before you get to a point where you can see the village at a distance, right? There's it's mostly savanna and stuff. So in the distance you can see it's on the shore of the lake, right? And consists of, you see 8 thatched lodges, 2 of which are built on stilted platforms out in the lake itself. But it doesn't seem like there's anyone there. It seems abandoned, but it also doesn't seem like there's signs of struggle or destruction either. So yeah, up to you how you'd like to approach.
Vrin's probably, just because he's a little paranoid right now, Vrin's probably already on his broom, just kind of just waiting for something to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you want me to stealth ahead and scout and see if there's anything?
That too, yes.
Okay.
Do that.
I'm gonna sneak.
Cool.
I should have prepped invisibility.
I only got a 32, so things
Whoa.
might see.
32 is wild.
Yeah.
All right. So Anna, you go ahead and stealth in. Let me real quick make a GM roll here.
No need to prep invisibility when I'm invisible naturally.
All right.
You would have seen me do a really cool dance move to emphasize that afterwards, but I am invisible, so you couldn't tell.
Let's see. Yeah, there's just
Just
no
imagining Anna dancing the Carlton now.
It reminds you of this cartoon from a while ago where these 2 people fall into a dark pit, and one of them goes, "Gee, Gary, I just realized something. It's really easy to animate in the dark."
All right. So Anna, I'm gonna go ahead and drag you onto this map here.
Ow. I'm being dragged.
So you get to the edge. There's a little, fence around it, basically, or I guess it is a wall. It's like a palisade. But I mean, you're a monk. You can easily scale the wall and climb over it. It's not really that tall.
The wall couldn't see me, so I just walked right
yeah,
through.
exactly. You just walked right through. Exactly. And yeah, so you're just kind of walking around and you see that you see everything on the map here. Right, you see those kind of stilt houses out there. There's some canoes around, and like a big bonfire in the middle of the town, but it's not lit and it hasn't been lit in some time.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I think it's only Anna who can see stuff right now.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, where do you go? What do you try to do? Stealthing around?
I think I just like do a little peek into all the houses that I think all the houses, because I have my ring of water walking, so if I like have good stealth, I can just go peek in everything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you see in most of the houses are basically just like completely empty, very little sign of anything remaining. Let me double check. I know there's one particular one that will be different. Trying to decide how that goes down though. Okay, so I think this one right here, which is I think the what you would understand based on your knowledge of the way these villages are set up, because this is like obviously an Igbaye tiefling village, right? Like would be normal on the Isle of Dread. And you would know that that's like the chieftain's hut or whatever, right? The most important building in the village. Sorry, I gave you the yawn. I think you probably start like here, right? You start at the bottom of the village and work your way up.
Yeah.
You go to these first two. There is nothing really of value there. One thing you do notice as you're first starting to walk through, though, is that there. You know what? Let's have him make a perception check. Let's start off with that.
Okay. This is where everything usually goes wrong.
Anna good at stealth, not so good at reconnaissance.
So
No one sees me, but I don't see anyone either.
that's what I was gonna say.
No one sees me, but my eyes are also closed.
To quote Grimace from the Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald, if I can't see them, they can't see me.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. So Anna, like it's you. There's stuff to notice here. None of it's like so obvious that you're dumb or something, right? It's just that like you see the things and
it's
don't.
not like we're not gonna all like come back.
Exactly. You notice, you look at some things and don't realize their full significance, right? And if to you the village looks just like abandoned, very unclear what happened here or why it's abandoned. There's no clues that you see. But then you get to this middle hut, right? And you peek in. And even with a critical failure, you are able to see. Actually, let's do this. Let's just do this. You get to the door, and the door is like stuck. With your critical fail perception, you don't happen to notice some things about the way the door is set up and the house is set up that like would lead you to think it looks a little overgrown. That's the only thing you notice. Like there's like vines and things and whatnot on like lots of grass around. The whole village looks a little bit more overgrown than it should be. That's the only thing you notice. You get to the door and it's like stuck. And the windows seem to be like they have like foliage and stuff over them as well.
Is the door stuck? It's not like locked.
It does not seem locked. I'm not sure that like the tieflings usually even have locks. But yeah, whatever this portal is. And again, there's things you're missing here that would be obvious to someone who didn't get a critical fail on perception. But to you just like, door stuck.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just move on to the next.
Cool.
I'll just keep going and just note that house I didn't get to peek into.
Perfect. Yep, and the rest of the houses are pretty much uninhabited. Nothing really special about them.
Anything in the water houses?
I mean, again, similar thing. I do think that in this bigger one, you can see that. I think you peek in one of the windows, and it does seem like suddenly there's like a breeze that goes by, and the I don't know if they're shutters really, but whatever, like kind of moth-eaten curtains or something are still left here, partially decomposed something, get blown in this kind of like really strong gust of wind that kind of goes past you and into the house and outside out the house again. Anna doesn't notice anything in particularly strange about that. But
I mean, we're on the water, so there's gonna be.
Yep,
that's fine.
But that's about all you can gather.
I'll go back and report my lack of findings.
Nothing to see here, guys.
nothing exciting. We can go like actually go. I just peeked in 6 of the 7 buildings and didn't really see anything, but we can go like fully investigate it now.
Certainly. Seems perfectly safe to you.
Dang it. That means Bryn's probably going to put away his broom.
Sorry, I'm dumb. At least I'm quiet.
At least
True.
no one snuck up on you. Just no one got snuck up on you as well. Okay.
So is the idea then that you guys would go there and then Audrey would just lift you one by one over the wall?
Well, I mean, Audrey could take one person. I've got my
Is
broom.
there not an opening?
No, there is a like a palisade around the village.
But like, would there not be some
There's
sort
like
of
a gate.
opening? Yeah.
There's a gate.
So can we just go through the gate?
The gate seems stuck as well in the same similar sort of fashion.
Well, can I just bring a boat over?
Oh yeah, sure. I suppose
Enough of us can fly. Audrey can just bring one person. I can bring one person, and Anna can walk around because she's got the boots of water.
I was specifically saying like it's not that big of a deal. We don't actually need to talk about it. You get over the wall,
Sorry,
right? That was what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I was just trying to be like, isn't there a gate? Like, didn't other people also have to get in?
That's why I'm placing all these tokens right over here. So, then
okay. Now I'm assuming each of those isn't actually 5 feet, or is it?
It's 10 feet each. It looks like.
Oh yeah, you're right. Here I'll fix that on the grid.
How could you, Caleb?
I didn't pay attention to the size of the houses.
Now we're so big.
Large.
Yeah, I know.
Someone cast enlarge on us.
Double checking. Does that seem? That seems too big. I think I was correct before.
No, because the boat's 5 feet across. Because I mean, look at the scale in feet.
Yeah, if the scale in feet is correct, it needs to be the tiny little ones.
Are we sure? Because okay, so specifically,
it could be accurate. I was just asking it because the house looks so tiny.
I'm just looking at this right here.
Like this is a 10-foot canoe. Like I think that's accurate, right?
Yeah, we're just saying based on the scale on the bottom right. The scale could just be wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. The scale literally says
20 feet canoe. That seems like a very large canoe to me, but that's fine.
I mean, they make them that big, probably.
I suppose so. All right.
Depending on what they're used for.
That is the scale, so we'll go with it.
I could just. It didn't seem like it was that big because I was the only one in the village, and I can go so fast. It just looked like I was going at normal person speed.
For sure.
Oh, look, we're so tiny. We look so tiny now.
I know. So tiny.
We're so cute.
Oh no, Tickwee's gonna stomp on us. Oh no.
Benedict, no.
Yeah, Benedict's gone through a lot in the last day.
We're so small.
You know what I should have done instead? I should have just doubled the size of the map. Let me fix this again. No, I'm gonna do it. It looks weird. Everyone's like health bar is super like it does not look correct. Yeah.
Yeah, we are kind of a little small compared to that now.
Let's see. Okay.
I'm
just gonna delete
the void
and put them back on.
All
right. So what are you just gonna go in the village without fear?
I tell them that I couldn't look into that middle building because it was overgrown, so I don't know what's in there.
Sure. One thing you notice immediately, Takewee, when you arrive, is that because you have a 20.
Because I have a 22 perception.
Yeah, exactly. Your choice is 22 now.
It's
That's wild. You notice that the gate is overgrown, like Anna noticed, but you can tell that there's it's almost as if someone cast some sort of earth-based magic on it and fortified it and kept it locked and stuck, and it doesn't look like it's just a natural thing. It looks like magic was involved here somehow.
There's someone here.
This at least makes sense.
And I
because
bet
I'm not
they're in the
with
middle building.
Yeah, probably.
Astute observation.
Seems obvious enough, yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8. Do I roll investigate?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're just like walking through, is anyone trying to be stealthy here, or are you just walking through?
After I see that, I might be like, we might want to stay on guard.
Okay, so who's the least stealthy again right now? Is it Vren or is it Takwi?
Or is it?
I thought it was
Vren?
Benedict, because didn't he? Doesn't or no?
No, Benedict is a monk.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
/ cleric.
I got zoomed in.
I have for stealth. I have a +3.
Mine's a 4.
Yeah, so it's me.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Oh,
look at me!
There you go.
I was half expecting we got to be stealthy, guys, and take just go burp or something like that.
Guys, there's someone here, so we should be careful.
Careful. But yeah, so your guys are sneaking about pretty easily. Go ahead and make an investigate for me, Audrin. You can get advantage because everybody's helping. So that's a 19. Yeah, I mean, I think like the first couple of things you notice is that there's something weird going on over here. The house that Anna went in over here is like it. Anna noticed a gust of wind. The gust of wind is localized on that building. Like it's like a weird mini tornado. It's like it's a very, very small tornado, but like it's only happening over there. Right? So like the whatever weird curtains are kind of like flowing in the wind and the like the foliage or whatever is like blowing around, but nowhere else is doing so, right?
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Anna didn't notice it at all.
It just happened.
Which house is that?
The one on the water over here.
Water
to the right.
house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then this one over here, because you're being careful about this. You got a good stealth. You're slowly doing this investigation. That one's also fortified with earth magic. Another thing that you notice, Audrin and Takwi, as you're walking about, is it does seem like there are a bunch of different. Actually, let me check my notes real quick. There are a bunch of different flowers around. It's not as if like it's weeds per se. It actually does look like I need to find the specific note here about where.
Are there any blue flowers?
Red thorns?
Sure.
Blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower, red thorns.
And that's literally the joke
I know.
I was about to make.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if there was a spell component.
I literally just watched that movie the other night. I see. Okay. Yeah, you see a couple of pretty flowers over by this chief hut.
Audrin, a girl doesn't mind flowers every now and then.
I would like Audrin to roll perception. No, wisdom save.
Insight. It'd be insight.
Insight?
Mhm.
Insight? Okay.
If you would like to know that Takwi wants flowers right now, then that is what you're rolling. Okay, you don't care. You don't.
No, I think Audrin would care. Audrin's just not a little bit insightful.
Yeah.
Or it's just
Audrin
that
understands his own emotions. He doesn't understand anybody else's.
I was thinking maybe it's that he's just so focused on someone else's here that could we have an idea of what kind of person might be here given the magic that's up? Yeah,
well, the last thing I was going to note is so that chief hut is fortified by like some sort of earth magic, right? And so it's like it's protected, it's safe, right? Like you can't just burst in is the idea. Another thing you do notice, Audrin, and I think maybe what we see is like you're kind of everybody's sneaking around, and then Takwi, something catches your eye, and you take a couple steps over to the beach, and you see that in the water, like right over here, you see actually I'm trying to decide where this is. I know the basics of this. I'm just trying to. I think let's say it's
a
in
sea lion, another dog.
No, it is not a sea lion. Let's say
it's
in
a
this
gin.
hut.
It's a gin.
Let's say
Is it the gin? Is this a random encounter? Is this the gin?
It's not Harpo. I think it's in this hut up here. And someone want to make a religion check for me?
I guess am I the one seeing it though?
It doesn't matter. You're all doing it together.
I have a plus
Okay.
8 to religion.
Yeah.
I have a 9.
What does Benedict have?
I think he has a
Yes.
7.
Yeah, I was gonna guess it's not as high as what we have.
Yeah, I don't think so. His religion is 4.
Oh, embarrassing.
He's not very smart.
Still better
That's
than mine.
embarrassing. That's how good mine is.
Mine's a 0.
Religion!
Oh dang.
I actually do think it's Anna who notices this.
Oh.
Now that I'm piecing this together in my mind. So, Anna was helping Audryn obviously with her like religion as well. So Audryn, you made the roll, but everybody's working together. You noticed something about this hut,
Anna,
right?
tell me about your religion!
Audryn notices something about this hut. It seems slightly odd. It's something that Anna didn't notice before. When Audryn points it out to Anna, Anna suddenly is like, "Oh, right, of course." This seems like the magic user of the village's hut. When you actually pay attention to it, and as a reminder, the Igbaye have like their gods are called the Alusi, and Alusi is a word that kind of just means like elemental spirit. And so, the big gods are the big Alusi, and they have their elemental focuses, but also all elementals are also Alusi, right? And so the magic user of the village, the elemental tamer, the shaman, is very elemental focused. So Anna, when you and Audryn investigate this hut, you can tell that one, it's the shaman's hut, and it has all sorts of these religious things that you've come to expect from Igbaye stuff. But you also see something at the back of the hut that seems very familiar to you, Anna. It seems like there's something at the back of the hut. It's like a little, it kind of looks like a shrine. But it seems like someone has like changed the shrine or done something to it beyond, like upgraded it, maybe is the right word for it. So normally this would be like, a little shrine where maybe it's like a focus for summoning elementals by magic or something. It's the sort of thing that a shaman of an Igbaye village would do. This particular shrine has been upgraded. And the thing it reminds you of, Anna, is that one water portal to the Feywild thing way back on the coast that you like got a crit success or whatever it was on religion to know how to go, like do the ritual to like go through the portal, go to the Feywild. It reminds you of that. It is different, but like the way it's structured, it looks like it definitely has something to do with summoning elementals for sure.
I knew it was something Fey or Druid related.
And that's the one with the tornado around it?
No, that's this one over here. So there's 3 different huts now that actually have important things about them. The one on the water has like a weird, strange kind of gust of wind happening all over it. This one is fortified with earth, and this one has like a weird, elemental summoning.
Where's
shrine.
the fire one, huh?
Yeah.
It burned down.
Well,
yeah, there's a pile
of
ash.
There's a pile of ash over here. Yeah. Where the bonfire would be. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean, you guys are sneaking around unless you actually particularly go in a particular place and investigate it further. Nothing jumps out at you.
I would like to kick down the door. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm kind of curious to see the locked one.
Yeah.
Mainly just because I feel like, if it's going to be around here, it's going to be threatening either now or later. But if it's Fey, that might not be. It might be an ally if it's Fey.
I would say, what are they fortifying against? They must be fortifying against.
That's true too.
These demons potentially.
And if they'd be willing to help us, that'd be good.
Yeah, right now you have a 21 stealth active, so if you'd like to break that and call out, you could do that.
I'd like to knock on the door and say, "Hello, we're here to kill demons."
No, you go, Girl Scout cookies. No one can resist that.
I don't know. I think that would be more reason for people who've already had demonic worries. I don't think trying to bring Girl Scout cookies is going to get them to unlock the door.
Yeah, because they definitely tried that. The demons. They said, "Come to the dark side. Exactly. We have cookies."
Mm-hmm.
What's the actual plan?
What are you talking about? That was the actual plan.
I'm not hearing a better one.
Given that none of your characters know what Girl Scouts are.
Oh, what
I
are you
feel like
kidding?
we'd have to make a
Anna
check
is a
about
Girl
that.
Scout.
I was gonna say, if anybody knows who what Girl Scouts
Doesn't-
are, I feel like it'd be Anna.
It would be Anna.
I feel
Anna
like
is a
Anna
Girl Scout.
definitely sold Girl Scout cookies in front of her
She is a
temple
Girl
at some
Scout,
point.
but it's
Hold on.
different.
Is Anna a girl?
And I scout things out,
It's true. Not very well, but she does.
but I do. It depends on what the definition of good scouting is.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't have to say
Look,
it's
I've played
good.
Team
She just
Fortress
did
2
it.
enough to know that she's doing a great job at playing Scout, because playing Scout is all about running around really fast. Anyway,
that,
so what's the
Jordan.
real plan?
We give Anna some cookies, and
If only we had like see-through walls as a spell.
I do have detect thoughts, but I have to be able to see the creature to detect their thoughts.
Okay.
Are there any
I was pretty
windows?
sure that was the case, but I wanted to double check.
Yeah, that's one of the things about at least the Earth one. It is and you know, Anna saw it as like, oh, it's just a little overgrown. Like obviously the windows are plugged with earth, right?
Huh, didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's
should I
plants
get
on it and stuff. But
Should we, how sturdy do the roofs look? Should we just try and peek in through a roof?
it does seem like the roof is probably a weak point. They're thatched roofs, right? And so unless there's like earth directly underneath the thatching, that's the way to do it.
The thing
They
is,
could
as
be
we've established, though,
burninated.
they're on the defensive. Do we want to be like more careful about how we find
Right.
them? Or
Well,
Are they
Yes.
on the defensive or are they trapped?
I mean, I feel
It's
like,
not.
can we just look through the roof with our 21 stealth?
That seems like an acrobatics check from Anna, and then Anna would have to make the roll to like notice things.
Oh, okay. Let's just say hi.
Can I fly up there and look
Mhm.
through the roof?
Sure. Yeah.
That's a better plan.
So do I just investigate through the roof?
Let's have you make a perception check.
Perception through the roof. Well, my perception is not through the roof, but I do have some perception.
Okay, so 12. You're able to pull back some of the thatching, and I think you do notice that there is movement happening inside, but it's it's hard to. It's someone's like sitting down, or something like it's like a rocking back and forth motion that you notice. Like it's not like someone scurrying about, but like there is someone in the room who is moving slightly.
guys, I think I realized something. These are thatched roof cottages, are they not? They're
Yes, you
hiding
could set
from
that.
Trogdor.
I'd already said they could be burninated. And
Oh, I missed that. I missed
Uh.
that. I'm ashamed now that I missed that. I must have been writing something down because I did not hear that. I'm sorry.
So yeah, basically, you know, Audrey, if you take out the thatching anymore, whoever it is in there is going to notice. So, yeah. So with your 12, that's all you're able to.
Does anybody have detect good and evil?
No. Like I said, I have detect thoughts.
I mean, hey, Vren can fly.
I can cast message to that person.
Don't you have to
Yeah,
see them?
I was gonna say at the
No.
very least, Vren, if you go up by Audra right now on your broomstick, you can see through and see this movement. So you could try detect thoughts then, right?
Would Audrey must
Wave you up.
wave me over?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Wait, hold on. Does Audra know that you can do detect thoughts?
I've done it before.
It is
We
true.
did it just yesterday on the demons.
Right, but does Audra know you did that?
Would we have talked about it afterwards?
I don't think it's a significant enough question to
Okay.
care.
Okay,
right?
then
You guys,
Yeah, I
we
think
probably talked about
You're
what I
all
can
roughly
do.
familiar with what everybody can do. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Detect thoughts does require a verbal component, so I will have to subtle spell this,
Settle it. Yeah, that makes sense.
which takes only a single sorcery point. I'll just put this in the chat for
Perfect.
this.
And then don't need to make a save unless you try to probe deeper.
Yeah.
So you just get surface thoughts.
Mhm.
What is it? What is it on? It just creatures? Is there any creature that's
certain
unaffected?
creatures? Yeah, so creatures.
Well, it says you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. What creatures can you not read the thoughts of?
No, I think it means like specific creaters, like not all
I see,
creatures.
I see. Yeah,
I think that's what it's trying to specify.
You're focusing on one at a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see anything
for up to the minute I can move it around who I'm looking at.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure there weren't like creature types that it wouldn't work on or something.
As far as I know.
That they have thoughts, you can hear them. And yeah, this guy has thoughts. It is a I mean, I don't know if the inner monologue of a creature actually tells you what they
we should have done this earlier. You can also use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it could do that. Can penetrate barriers, but 200.
So you can actually read their thoughts unless you see them, but you can sense that there are thoughts happening around you.
Yes, which is why it probably says certain creatures.
Oh.
So I get their surface thoughts though.
Yeah. So the surface thoughts you hear, and I don't think, like, this gets into the debate of whether or not you hear a voice in your mind when you're thinking about something. I don't think the spell is going to like reveal to you what they actually sound like per se. You just kind of get the impressions of their thoughts and what they're thinking about in whatever way makes sense to Vren. But you basically get the idea that this creature is sad, and he is the thoughts you get are basically I am so sorry, Umu. So sorry that I have failed you. But you just wait. The heroes will come. They will come and give you your proper burial. That's what you hear.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dor-Umu, yeah. And like he just kind of repeats things similar to that.
Okay, I think at that point I would, and that's the only thought I detect in there. I don't detect more people.
There's only one creature thinking in there, yes.
Okay.
What's the range on this spell?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah, you don't sense anything else then.
I'd probably at this point, since I know like this thing in here is not hostile, I would probably message, I kind of signal to Audron, like, let's go back over to with the others. And I would kind of explain to them what's happening. Like, I think he would be more than willing to accept our help. Whoever it is, I guess, because I don't know. Yeah. It's looking for heroes. We happen to be here. If anything, it would give us some idea of what's going on here. We're here for reconnaissance. We might as well.
We knock on the door and say, "Hello, we've come to avenge Dormammu."
I mean, you could name drop the guy that he was thinking about, right?
Yeah, I said something about Umu, like he's sorry about some Umu that passed. He's looking to give him a proper burial. Maybe he was also kidnapped along with the missionary. Or he or she. Did I get an idea of what it was?
I don't know if you could like tell gender or whatever from just the thoughts. Yeah, that, I mean, it gets it. I don't know this. At least the spell doesn't like specify that that's what happens, right? So.
Yeah, that completely misunderstood that. Like, yeah, like we think we can help him. If anything, they might give us some idea of what's going on here.
A shot. No need to go in with our weapons if we have no reason to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Or the equivalent of guns ablazing is what take uses.
Who has the best persuasion in this case? I can't remember anymore because mine's at 10.
Sword swinging, maybe.
I think it's Audron.
I'm pretty sure it is, but
no,
it's usually Takewee, but
for
now
who?
it's
Sorry,
for
for what?
Vren, I think.
For persuasion,
used to be Takewee, now it's Vren.
Mine's at 10.
Yeah, then it's yours.
Once more, we make Seth do all the talking.
Hey, I have not had that in a while, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Vren would probably walk out with the others to the middle of the area, just because he doesn't know if there's any other people around, given we noticed magical effects, but we don't know what they are. And we just call it, "Hello? Anybody there?"
As soon as you do that, The house on the water, all the movement stops. Just everything goes silent over there.
I would say call it. We mean no harm. We have friend. Well, I would say what we say. Like, yeah, we mean no harm. We're only looking to find out what's going on here.
Make a charisma save.
Charisma save. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not an ability check.
Very good. Now it's a save. Yeah,
12's
not very good.
I rolled a 2.
This is what happens when we let Vren talk.
Hey, I got an unlucky roll.
So I think in the immediate, what happens is this, right? Suddenly the wind picks up again on the house on the water, and it slowly starts coalescing into like something clear. It's like a little tornado-esque figure that kind of like comes out of the doors. Like the doors kind of burst open and then and starts to kind of like a whirl, or what's the name for the thing that goes over water? That's
a water
tsunami.
Water spout. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like a little water spout, right? Kind of like is sucking up water as it's going, but it's like obviously some sort of like wind something. Starts kind of racing across the water towards you, and then suddenly the door kind of like creaks and bends and topples forward in front of you, Vren, and like it looks like just a mound of earth just kind of like shoves its way through the front entrance. And then kind of distends and creaks, and there are 2 elementals kind of racing on your position. They don't look like they're going to immediately attack you, but they are obviously like responding to the presence and like what's going on, like that sort of vibe.
And we'd be like in the center of the map.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's where I was saying.
Yeah, place yourselves over there.
Well, I imagine the others would be there too.
Yeah. Here we go.
No, good luck, Vren.
Yeah. So Vren is right there, right? Because you just stood in the middle.
I was trying to stand like right here. I was trying to stand like right here because we didn't know if there were people in the other things in the other ones. So I wanted to be like equidistant from all of them.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and place yourselves wherever you would want to be then, everybody. You over there, Audrey, or are you with everybody else?
I'm with everyone else. I'm just
maybe part of the reason why my charisma save didn't go over so well is I didn't know what exactly I was talking to, so I wasn't sure how exactly to approach this.
So, giant earth elemental dude pops out over there. Air elemental pops out over here. And they're on either side of you. But they I think they stop about here. And are just like kind of on either side, like not threatening you yet, but like obviously penning you in a little bit.
Does he even speak their language?
I mean, I was calling out in
common.
Yeah, what were you calling out? Common.
I could cast tongues. I could have actually, you know what? I could have cast tongues on myself.
Did you do that before?
Well, we did detect thoughts, and detect thoughts doesn't say anything about language.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
So, like, that's actually a really good question.
I mean, I think in Hylian all the time.
All it says, you can't you can't detect a creature with an intelligence of 3 or lower, or one that doesn't speak any language. So the implication is, as long as they speak a language, it doesn't matter. So you can hear the thoughts in common, but you didn't know what language they spoke.
Yeah, so. I didn't know what language they spoke. Yeah. Probably. You know, I think it would make sense that I would have cast tongues on myself first, given I don't know what we're dealing with.
Sure.
I think.
I'm happy to let you do it if you want to.
Yeah, it's something we hadn't thought of really. So I mean,
yep. Sounds like Vren wanted to.
Yeah.
What language are they speaking?
Well, they haven't spoken yet. Vren, when you just say that, you're saying it with tongues up, which means everyone hears everything in their own language. Is that
moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understand what it says. So
okay, cool.
I can understand anything, and anything can understand me.
Cool. I do think they probably respond in a abyssal then. Not because they're like demons, but because that's the language of like the tieflings. Right. And I think, yeah. So they're penning you in, right? And I think, the earth elemental, who is like more earth than stone, right? It's like an actual kind of like, hard packed soil is kind of the vibe that we have from this guy. He has flowers growing on him, the same flowers that you had on the outside. But he does look very solemn, as he kind of faces you, and he speaks and says, "Why do you enter this place? It is forbidden to all but the sacred."
My apologies, we did not know. We have been sent here to destroy the menace that has been the menace of this place. The demons. Did we know them by? What was the specific name we knew them by?
The skinwalkers. Are you talking about?
Not the skinwalkers, but didn't we came specifically to destroy like the name of the cat people, like
just the demons, I think.
Did they have like a specific name we were calling them?
The Leonins, but like
I think Fiend
like,
Claws was like the Thanatons called them,
Oh.
but that seemed like more a Thanaton thing than anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we've heard them referenced as skinwalkers by people on the plateau.
We've come to rid this plateau of the skinwalkers.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check now. Would anyone like to pop in to give Vren advantage?
Especially since you speak Abyssal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Take Me will just say, something along the lines of like, it's true. We mean no disrespect to you. We had no idea this was sacred ground. We really, truly just want to rid this place of the demons that are infesting your sacred area.
And very also, they've already taken one of ours.
One of our sacred areas.
Yeah, no, they've already taken one of ours. A missionary named
Nolan.
What was it? Nolan.
Yeah.
And we're also here to rescue him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, good thing
you had advantage.
26, almost the exact
pretty much the same roll. Yeah, I know. Yeah, with a 26, I think the Earth guy still seems like slightly kind of like, oh, what's going on here? And then you hear like a very feminine sounding voice from the air elemental. And it kind of like the what was a literal tornado basically kind of like slows down and kind of still outlined with this kind of wind. And again, air elemental, kind of hard to tell where things begin, but like the way that like it's the dust and debris or whatever is like kind of blowing up around it, it kind of reveals itself as a more kind of feminine figure. And she says, I need to remember their names. Give me a second. I wrote them down because she's gonna say something to the Earth guy. Yeah, okay. She says, oh no, I've forgotten which one is which. Okay. She says, Gochi, I believe that they are friends. They do not bear the taint on them. And the Earth elemental, who is apparently named Gochi, seems to like calm down and then says, do you think they are the heroes, Kachi? And then she says, I suppose we will have to ask them. And then the Earth elemental turns to you, probably you, Vren, because you were talking. Actually, no, let's see. I think he turns to Takewee because you're like right in front of him. He says, well, are you the heroes?
It's a complicated question. I think Takewee says, I don't know if I would label myself that, but I try to do good where I go.
I believe that is all it takes for someone to be a hero, Kachi says. And then Gochi kind of grumbles, a grinding, rocky grumble, and says, All I wish is to be done with this place, to bring Umu to the sacred ground.
Who's Umu?
And Gochi turns back to the chief hut. And now that the door is gone, I think all of you, especially Takewee, you get actually probably Vren specifically, who can definitely see this from his angle.
See him under his legs.
Yeah. You see at the end of the back of the chief hall, there is a bed of flowers, and there is a tiefling man laid on it.
Aww.
Oh.
His corpse.
What happened to him?
Kachi says, he is the only survivor of the demons that destroyed this place. Everyone else was killed, or worse.
And he just passed away?
He was killed by the skinwalkers. Actually, no, I think he says, he says he was killed by the leader of the skinwalkers. But for some reason, his body was left untouched. I believe that his power with the Alusi was too strong. He could not be taken into their tainted temple. And so his body was left here.
How long ago was that?
Good question. I know should be in my notes. Let's see. When did this happen? Mm-hmm.
And they want to bury him, return him? What was exactly they want to do?
Yeah, bury him in the sacred ground, return him to the sacred ground, or something like that. Okay, I don't have specifics on when it happened. Okay, a few months ago.
Okay, so nothing like Revivify would do anything.
Yeah, and like it definitely seems like there's obviously some other magic at play too, because like his body is like perfectly preserved, it seems.
And where is the sacred ground that you were hoping to bury him in?
Yeah, Kachi says, unfortunately, this place, the taint, it prevents us from going there. And I think Gochi says, our home, the home of all the Alusi. And for your guys' understanding of cosmology, that would probably be the Feywild, right? Like where all the kind of wild, nature-y elemental stuff happens. Because in our cosmology, there aren't like separate elemental planes. It's all kind of just like meshed into either Feywild, Shadowfell, or Outer Planes.
So they want to go back to the Feywild so they can bury him there.
Yep. But apparently there's like some, like the taint of this demon realm, all the demon taint on the plateau is like preventing them from going or something.
And Takewee kind of like looks back over at the thing that Anna pointed at, the shrine, and just says,
yep.
So they're preventing you from being able to go home with the shrine?
Yeah, I think Gochi seems to parse the question in his mind, and then Kachi speaks and says, we are not able to do the sacred ritual to open the portal. I believe that someone who is pure may be able to do so despite the taint.
Brad thinks to himself, well, I'm out of the picture then.
Takewee kind of like looks at Anna, who's like, you're the most pure person I know.
I mean, blood sister.
And Anna thinks, am I?
I look at Benedict and I'm like, I think it'd be you, my guy.
Hunter's like,
and he says, darn right it is.
I was like, hey, I'm pure awesome.
I mean, that is true.
But yeah, so I mean, like, I think Gochi at that point speaks and he says, are you the heroes? Will you help us go home?
Well, I've been meaning to do something about the leader of the Skinwalkers after we ran into him yesterday, so I would gladly oblige.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like they have to be killed necessarily.
Right. I'm saying that we can try to do the ritual now is what they're saying. If
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I thought
it's not that the taint is like preventing the portal at all. It's just that they can't like naturally go back because of that. Yeah.
Okay, I thought we had to kill him to do that.
Can we like go up to the shrine and make some kind of like Arcana check with it and see like what it would require?
Would it be Arcana or
Religion. Yeah.
Either would work. I think they'd give you slightly different answers, but
well, Arcana for like the demon tainting it kind of a portion thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think we have a better chance of getting a better roll with Arcana, given both me and Audrin have it.
Then everybody else can help me with religion.
Yeah. You could do both, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah, Audrin, if you want to do Arcana, and I'll roll religion.
Arcana.
Can I give him a bardic?
Sure. Give both of them a bardic, maybe. Or maybe see how he does.
Well, I have to give him one before he makes the roll. So I'll give Audrin a bardic.
Okay, go for it, Audrin.
I'm rolling Arcana.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Arcana.
Break 30. Break 30. Break 30.
Yeah. Well, 1d6.
Ooh, so close.
So close.
So close.
29. Yeah, I think 29 is definitely good enough. Their story seems accurate, right? Like, it's not that this...
I'm sorry, can we just pause and acknowledge the fact he says, yeah, I think 29 is good enough.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're getting into the higher levels of D&D here. It might not be in the future. But we'll be saying break 40 before too long. So I think their story is accurate, Audrin, from what you understand. It's not that like you have to kill all the demons here and then the portal will open or whatever. It's that, the shaman of the village could use this to, summon elementals and send them back or whatever he needed to do with them. Maybe that's something that happened maybe when he died. Maybe he like summoned these elementals in his dying moments or something like that, right? Maybe that's what happened. But either way, these elementals can't get back home because they're just elementals. They're innate. Like the demon taint that's around the area is preventing them from just opening a portal back home with their collective power, and instead they need someone to like do a ritual at this shrine and do it. Now the demon taint will make the ritual harder than it would be otherwise, but it is possible now that you guys are here.
Does anyone have Speak with Dead?
No.
Does Benedict or
I don't think he would have it prepared.
I think we just assume that he has these ones prepared all the time now.
Yeah, I mean, like, he could prepare it tomorrow.
Yeah, if you wanted to stick around, you could.
Yeah, because Speak with the Dead is a cleric spell.
Do you want to make that religion check, Anna?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, again, 26. I think there's not really any new information. This seems similar. You know the ritual. It should work. But the thing about what the elementals just said is something about like the purity of your heart. And you're just like, you have this doubt niggling in the back of your mind. You're like, I don't know if I can do that. Right? Like if there's actually something to that, and it seems like with your 26 religion, there is, because of the demon taint or whatever is happening here.
Really fully, clearly explain the ritual to Benedict.
You could attempt to. I think that would be like an Arcana check or something from you.
Oh no. Oh yeah, because I feel like I did it.
Actually, you know what? I think not. You can just help him. We can give him advantage on his religion check that he'll have to make to do the ritual. Yeah.
Is Benedict really that pure of heart, though? He holds a grudge pretty.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely actually does have issues.
I was gonna say, I don't know if he's that.
He should have forgiven a little bit quicker, or at least like handled it a little bit differently.
Should we tell him to be more forgiving and then see if that helps?
We're overlooking the obvious solution here. The most pure heart of all of us here is clearly Sprocket.
Very true. Very
honestly,
true.
Does he have a heart?
Honestly,
though?
yeah.
He's pure of heart. He's so pure he doesn't have one.
Not sure that's the same thing.
I think that would be heartless.
Yeah. He is he's pure, it's like
pure of heart, no heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Purely without a heart.
Is clean, like clean of heart is.
Hey,
yeah,
it's
he is completely. He's no heart
completely clean. Yeah,
exactly. You will not find
There's
a heart
nothing on him.
Yeah, no,
he's clean, man.
And think about it. He's not that old. I mean, he's like a newborn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this man.
That's the purest part you could have.
Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, well, I mean, what do you guys do? Like, do you go over to the shrine and just try to fiddle with things, or do you go to the body? Like,
I tell Sprocket to pray.
I mean, whatever. Like, because if I've done the ritual before, then I would be ready to just kind of go to the shrine and help with the ritual.
One thing that I think comes to maybe Takewee's mind because of Order of the Bitter Curtain stuff. One thing you could maybe do instead of doing this is try to convince the elementals to stick around and help you instead of going back home.
Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah, just putting that out there.
But I also want to honor their wishes, though, that they want to send their friend back. Can I try to do both? Be like, hey, we'll send your friend back if you help us.
No, we're
there
not
might be
making
something
it conditional.
That wouldn't be
we'll send
very
your friend
pure
back,
of heart,
and we would
it?
appreciate it if you would help us.
That's
too.
better, thank you.
And I think the thing that, like, if you brought, okay, here's a question. Takewee, do you bring that up to anyone? Or is this just, like, Takewee thinking about it right now?
I don't think Takewee wouldn't think about it. I think she would say, like, I think she'd ask for, like, more backstory is really what she'd do. She'd be like, so, like, so if this isn't your home, like, what is this place? Is this a place where they would, like, worship you kind of a thing? Like, what is
like the
this?
shrine?
Right. Like,
yeah. It's basically like, the chief's, or sorry, the shaman's job in a tiefling, in an Igbaye tiefling village is to, like, appease / speak with, communicate with the Alusi that run everything. And to that end, they're usually elemental summoners, right? They can summon elementals to their cause.
Mm-hmm.
And so this shrine, I think they actually probably fill you in that, like, the shrine itself, when they got here, was like a normal shrine that he would just pray to the Alusi. They've upgraded it, right? They've added things to it to attempt to get back home, and then couldn't do the ritual themselves, couldn't activate anything, and so they need someone, some, like, religious person to come and do it for them.
Am I remembering wrong, or did we learn a while ago that the Alusi aren't really gods?
They are something else. Yeah.
No.
I mean, so the Alusi, it's a term that's used for both actual gods and for elementals.
Right. So
That's
these
where it gets
elementals, they're
confusing.
not even. They're like I just think it's funny that they're like actually like, we want to go back to the sacred grounds when they're not even sacred to begin with.
Yeah, they're sacred in the sense that the Igbaye would understand it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Takewee would say you seem to have a very personal relationship if you cared about this shaman so much.
Yeah, I think Gochi kind of looks down and is sad, and he says, let's see. I think he says, he is special. He understood what was happening in this place, and he fought against it. He was a child of the Alusi, and he called to us in his hour of greatest need. We were not able to save him, but we can honor his memory.
You know what I think honoring his memory would really look like? I think it'd look like continuing the fight if you have it in you. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think Gochi looks down and kind of, like, shuffles his feet a little bit. We hear the right, that's very rumbly. And he says, I do not think we could stand against the evil that lives in that place.
Not apart, but together we could put up quite a force. Which is my way of trying to give Alyssa
yeah, of course.
Yeah. And she says, you know, if you think that we could be the heroes, you came at his aid. Well, you come. I think it would be a shame to not honor him in that way. But I would also understand if you didn't.
Yeah, I think Kachi says, we will not neglect a servant of the Elusi. He must be given a proper burial.
I understand. We'll do everything we can. We'll see if we could do the ritual. We won't stop that.
And you just like, but after that.
And basically,
okay.
like, that's what she's implying is like,
sure.
We won't stop that. But
okay, yeah.
You know,
go ahead and make a persuasion check then. Yeah, with advantage from Vern.
Oh man!
Nice. Yeah,
I'm so
success.
glad I gave you advantage.
For advantage.
Yeah, and I think Gochi. We see Gochi clench his rocky fist, and some earth kind of falls down, and he says, "She is right, Kachi. We must fight. Even if every part of me is destroyed, if I am turned to dust, we must." And Kachi says, "The danger, hero, is that you must keep the portal open long enough for us to perform the ritual burial in the sacred place."
How long does that take?
I think Gochi says, "It will take us some hours to reach the sacred place, even if you do manage to open a portal near it. And then after that, it takes another hour to perform properly. We must make sure his soul passes on." And then Kachi says, "And every moment you keep that portal open, the evil that dwells in this place will know it."
That is a risk. Perhaps better to draw them to us, though, rather than go there. If they come, we'll close it.
Yeah, Kachi says, "Yes, we do not want them entering our home."
No, we don't either.
Or like, do we not want to fight them and then open this portal?
Yeah, but they're like insistent on like, let's go like bury him first.
Yeah.
It could take we like with that 28 persuasion say, well, if that's the case, then would you help us first?
Yeah, and
the burial ritual.
They basically say, "When we first arrived here," Gochi says, "we changed this place, made it preserved, made sure that Umu's body was preserved. If we leave to help you, it will all crumble and his body will fade. We cannot let this happen."
Did you happen to prep House of Cards? Because this is the kind of situation where that could be helpful.
No, but I could prep it tomorrow.
That's true. You could wait one day and then do it tomorrow.
Because we could do House of Cards to essentially put a fortress around it to give some extra protection.
Yeah. It's not actually a bad idea. It's kind of cool.
Before we do this plan, how about I click House of Cards so you guys can read through?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Because it's not as epic as it sounds. It's cool, it's funny, it's great because of the Mad Hatter thing, but it's not all powerful by any stretch of the imagination. It's only a 3rd level spell.
Okay, yep. Yeah, so you couldn't like put it over the building,
okay.
Really, right? It would have to be like beside it. I mean, okay, so Audryn, you've done magical shenanigans before. I think if you work together with the elementals, you could attempt something like this. Like make an Arcana check, just be like, can we make a House of Cards that like kind of supplements this building, right? And then set up a fortress that we can protect it from.
Maybe I can like multicast it. Wait a second. This isn't concentration.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 3rd level spell slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, please load character sheet. Pretty please. With cherries on top? Okay, there we go. That was the cherries. I got it. I could cast this twice.
Yeah, I mean, I think with some Earth Elemental shenanigans, you could probably do something, make a cool card fortress around the hut. It's kind of a fun setup for next
Pick
time,
a
right?
card! Any card!
Like open the portal, set up this thing, and then protect it from the demons until they're done, right?
Make it like a tower defense game.
Yeah.
Wait, Jordan, do you have access? Do you have access to just a specific type of wizard spell?
Basically, yeah. A couple of specific ones.
Okay, so you don't have anything like non-detection. Oh, that wouldn't even help. Never mind.
I don't think I have that spell.
Okay. Non-detection protects them from divination magic. It doesn't protect them from being able to be noticed. So that wouldn't help.
Well, I mean, I'm not opposed to, opening up this portal and then just, letting some demons come because we were going to fight them anyways.
That was my thought. We were going to fight them anyways, and they're not going to all abandon their base. Right. And so this way we can at least not split the party, but split the demons. And then Alyssa can literally split the demons.
Yeah. Another question is, who does the ritual to open the portal?
I think Benedict, because then he can concentrate on it. He has Warcaster.
That's epic.
True.
That's fair enough.
I think this is definitely the kind of thing where we wait a day, pick some good spells, and go from there.
He does have Warcaster, right? I'm like 99%
I think so, yeah.
I think so, because Deli had Warcaster and one other person had Warcaster, and it was so...
I'm pretty sure it was.
So there's going to be we can kind of we can tunnel this, right? There's one entrance that people are going to be able to go in and out of, right?
Ideally, so. Unless they can fly.
Yeah.
All right, hear me out.
Demons, that's pretty likely, but
hear me out.
Glyph of Warding. Yeah, that could be fun.
Ooh. I've always wanted to do something like this, but I never had an opportunity.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You could do some explosive runes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a question then. Obviously, we can do a lot of this kind of preparing, making sure you have all your spells stuff in between sessions, right? So we're ready for next time. What do we want to end with? Do we want to Anna is obviously going to tell Benedict here's what I want you to do.
I feel like we should end with to see if the ritual even works, because if it doesn't work, then
that's true. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
That's a good point.
So Anna, what does it look like when you tell Benedict here's what you want, what I want you to do, and here's why I'm asking you to do it?
I'd probably take him to the shrine, and I'm like, okay, so I kind of did this once before on our journey here. There was a different portal in a temple that we went through, and so I'm going to show you how to do it. And I kind of go through helping him get everything set up. And I don't think I really explain why I'm showing him versus doing it. If he asks me, I'll tell him, but I'm just kind of
well, you have the best concentration, you see, so.
And just go through step by step exactly how I did things before.
Can you make a deception check for me just to make it you're trying to dance around the idea of why are you asking me to do this sort of a thing?
19.
Okay, I'll make an insight check for him.
Could we give him a bardic too when he's actually doing the thing, or is it going to be a longer thing than a bardic would help with?
I mean, bardic's 10 minutes. I feel like that would be helpful.
I mean, it's the kind of thing it would be helpful to start. So
right,
I think that's fine. It's an important part of it to start it, so that's fine.
That's what I wasn't sure about.
Yeah. All right, insight. He has a +9 to this, so wow.
Thank
All right, he doesn't even
goodness.
question it. He just like accepts the answer that like, I need to be out there fighting. Like you're better at like concentrating on spells like this. Like, yeah.
I
He's
don't
just like,
even
yeah,
know if
that
I
makes
really
sense.
go into that. I just like go take him and tell him exactly what to do.
He just fills it in for himself, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, of course this makes sense. Cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and make the roll. So I think let's do this first. Audrin, do you want to make an Arcana check? We'll see how well. I think either way you'll be able to set up something with your House of Cards. But let's. So I guess we're assuming you guys have rested, right? You spent a day just hanging out in the village, and they've set up like the wards and like they preserved this place, so you're safe here. Vren, you have Arcana, right?
Yep.
So you could help Audrin.
Yep.
So that means he got a 30. I think it's totally fine, right? You set up some cool Earth Elemental like House of Cards situation. It's like all of your cards are set up, and there's Earth that's kind of like jutting between them and fortifying it and making sure that it's exactly the way you want it to be. It's like modifying the card fortress.
Yeah. So on that note, am I using one spell slot of card fortress, or am I doing two? If I do,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say if I do two, then I would not be able to cast the Glyph of Warding. I'm fine either way. Whatever you guys think would be the better.
Well, I mean, I guess the question is, do you need a House of Cards bigger than what's described in that first spell?
I mean, we're just putting it around the house, aren't we?
30 feet on each side.
That should be plenty to cover the house.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can just do one.
Just barely big enough to cover that one. Although it doesn't need to cover the entire house.
It needs to cover the
half.
shrine, right? Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
I think
You
it
can
is
destroy
big
the
enough
house.
though to cover the whole house. But
Well,
yeah.
this says 30. Does it say 30 feet on each side?
On each side, yeah. It's like a big square.
So it's like 60 feet across. Or no, wait.
No. It's just 30. It's 30.
So yeah, if you move this square over
I
a
see,
little
yeah.
bit, then you can get it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So your 30 on Arcana makes that definitely a thing. We just see like you and Gochi working together, to just like embrace this cool House of Cards thing and kind of put it over the building. And then let's have Benedict make a religion check with advantage from Anna.
And a bardic.
A bardic.
And a bardic. Okay, perfect.
So I'll take that off for today. No.
Yeah, but anything else that you guys spent yesterday, you can regain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wait, does guidance, would guidance help too?
how long does that last?
Minute?
That's one action.
Or is it
I
one
think so. I think like the actual like opening of the portal is a thing that takes
Yeah.
a minute or less. It's just like he'll have to maintain it, and that'll be kind of like concentrating on a spell, but he doesn't need to roll this over and over again to do that.
So guidance is, so it'd just be a single action then? Because
You can get guidance too. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have guidance. I think it's Audrin has guidance.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Audrin, you casting guidance on Benedict as well?
Yeah.
Perfect. So he gets a D4 and a D6. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, advantage. Whoa, we already got a crit success.
He didn't even need my help.
Break 30.
Yeah.
He's just so confident.
Oh yeah, he breaks 30.
Breaks 30.
Nice job. Yeah, so 31. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, the ritual goes off without a hitch. And like Anna, it probably makes you a little uneasy because he does it so easily that you're like, of course he does. He's pure of heart. Right?
It was so good. I'm
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, exactly. And then we see this portal open up in the back of this now like fortress that you've constructed. And one last thing actually that I think we should get is when who goes with Gochi or Kachi, if anyone, to go get the body from the other building? Does anyone walking with them when they go get the body?
I think I might. I'm muscular and strong.
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah,
true.
that makes sense. Yeah, you can just even like, I don't know if they need help. Like Gochi can definitely carry
right,
them,
but I mean, like, but I like good luck. You know, you
Yeah.
got this, and then I like, yeah, go
Mhm.
help. Yeah.
But what happens, Takewee, when you go over there is as soon as you get within a certain radius of the body, you see
Oh god.
you see a ghostly form rise from the corpse.
Oh.
no. And it maybe like make an insight check for me, Takewee. Let's see how suspicious you are when this starts happening.
Oh gosh, I hate this.
Okay, 19. I think you are reasonably confident that this is a good thing. This is like the space here is sacred. Like this is the guy. Like he
This is
he
the
rises
guy
from the ghostly
coming.
form. Yep, this is him. He rises. He seems to have a beatific expression on his face, and he smiles at you, Takewee, and he says, "Thank you, hero, for claiming my body and bringing it to its rest. For enabling the Elusi to do so. My soul has been waiting to warn you. In the final moments of my death, I saw a vision." And he's speaking all this in Abyssal, right? Because he's a tiefling.
Yeah.
I saw a vision. And one thing you also notice, Takewee, is that his neck, like the body that Gochi went to go carry, it has like a jagged scar on his neck, which looks kind of like a claw ripped across his neck. Seems like how he died. It's been healed somewhat by like the elemental magic that's been preserving him, but you can definitely tell that's how he died. But the ghost seems unharmed. And he says, what does he say here?
He's waiting to warn.
Yeah. He says, I've been waiting to warn you of what lies ahead. I saw in the moments before my death, I saw a vision. A vision of the saviors that would finally free my people from the oppression of the demons that have lived here and have claimed our lives for so long. And he says, I will answer a few questions before I pass, before I am brought into the portal. My spirit has enough strength for that. Ask and I will answer.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
What is your name? What is your quest?
Or go D&D movers up. So I can ask any
Okay.
question?
Okay. First question. Do you know if Nolan is alive?
No, ask if. Don't ask, do you know if Nolan is alive? Because he can just say yes or no.
Well,
And then not just, no, you need to ask, is Nolan alive? And he can say, I don't know, yes or no. But if you ask, do you know if Nolan is alive? He might just
say, no, I don't.
Is Nolan alive? Is Nolan alive?
Yeah. Let me just double check. I don't think that's in like the things that are in the adventure that he like knows.
Sure.
But I don't.
Well, you said that he was dead, like in the normal adventure, so that makes sense.
We've also know he's been. Wait. That's also not a good question. We know he's been dead for months. Nolan hasn't been missing for months.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
But he's also a ghost.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he might just like he said he saw a vision, so that's why I'm also like.
Okay, is that what you ask?
That's definitely a question I want answer. If he knows, I would want to know. Yes.
Like maybe was Nolan in the vision of the.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's how she'd word it.
Maybe like what do you know about Nolan Ingersoll? Like,
yeah.
Tell me all you know about Nolan Ingersoll, that sort of thing. And I think he says, I'm sorry, I do not know much. I remember this name, and he did come to our village. A few of our youth seemed swayed, but no one was brave enough to follow him with the threat of the demons. I do not know of his fate.
Okay. That's really the only question I had so far.
Yeah. I mean, so from what you know is like these guys lived next to whatever this demon temple thing is.
Like,
yeah.
Any secret entrances?
Yeah. I think the question she would say is, what do we need to do to be successful in our quest?
Yeah, I think he says. And with your quest being
like to go in the on the island and to
defeat
destroy
the skin shades.
to defeat the
demons
walkers.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think he says, your greatest foe is known as Kala the Two-Headed. He is a powerful demon an aspect of Demogorgon come to haunt this place. His arms in the material world. He is a powerful foe and is connected to many of his servants in a way that makes them all stronger. But if you can defeat him, then you will break their spirit.
Cut the head of the snake. Got it.
Yeah.
Trying to think of another question that she might ask.
And as you're like asking these questions, you can see his like material for his ghostly form is starting to fade. Like as every question you ask, it kind of goes further and further away.
I've only asked 2 so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it like 3 questions, you're done kind of a thing?
I'm not sure Takeway knows.
Okay.
For I guess with your 22 perception, it does seem like at the rate he's disappearing, you probably only have 2 more questions left.
Okay.
If it continues at that same rate, right?
Right. Yeah. Takeway would definitely know what to ask.
Oh, I know what. Okay, not to be like kind of that, but I know something that she might ask about, depending on what she knows. She might ask about Deli.
I was thinking that, but then but Caleb doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem
true,
implied
yeah.
that he can't actually see.
He's
like,
not an
the
all-knowing
future.
spirit. Yeah,
Right.
Because I did think about that.
It seems more like the way he's answered.
Can I say like, what did you see in your vision?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think he says, he says, as I was killed by a powerful lion demon, which clawed me across the throat and bled me out. As I lay on the ground bleeding, slowly my lifeblood draining out of me, I saw the group of you, shadowed silhouettes, coming to this place, taking my body onward, and then facing the demon horde. I saw, let's see. I saw you face the corrupted warriors of my own village who had been turned into skinwalkers. I saw you defeat a horrible watery demon with bulbous yellow eyes. It sprang from the lake. And it is
So
the
we're
same.
gonna fly over the lake then.
And it is the same demon which killed my chieftain. He says, a magical symbol appeared on the ground, and suddenly my chieftain was devoured, killed. And then lastly he says, I saw you assault the temple and reach its lowest depths and cut off both heads of the demon that lives there.
And then she asked one last question.
Yeah.
What is the weapon that's down there?
Oh, I was thinking Shadow
Yeah.
Pearl, but that's good too.
He says, I have heard many stories about the weapon. It was made by my ancestors in the waning days of the Empire. It was to be our final hope. The weapon was made. The weapon was made to defeat the demons that were pouring in from the material plane, or from the abyss into the material plane. To acquire the weapon, one must undergo certain trials, riddles, tests. I do not know of all of them, but I do know that whoever undergoes these tests will not leave unchanged, for better or worse.
It's
Not
the
again.
orb. It's the orb again.
Seriously, no, I'm not doing it. Go
and
bye.
then like as he's like fading away, and he goes, "Did you see in the vision who's best to do these trials?"
You say that as he's fading.
Yeah,
I think says,
she's like, "Who is best to wield it?" Did you see any of us go through the trial in your vision?
Yeah, I think he says,
Was Sprocket.
only one completely true, completely free from the taint will be able to face the trials. Those who have succumbed to the taint will perish if they attempt them. You must look into you must each look into your own hearts and decide for yourselves whether or not you are worthy to undertake them.
Caleb's way of saying, I don't know.
And I think Takewee, just like as she like sees like the ghost, like fade, she's like, oh, gosh, I could ask so many more questions, but she just says,
Yeah.
"Rest in peace."
Are we gonna have a second Alyssa character who is, I am worthy?
What?
I don't remember
Do
that.
you remember? It was a whole character arc for I can't even remember her
Ari?
Ari. It was a whole character arc for Ari to like. She was upset that she wasn't worthy of the orb.
Not really.
Oh.
I mean, kind of, but like
I
that
do
was like
remember
a
something
hot
along those
second.
lines. Yeah.
It was more like she felt like she wasn't worthy of love more than the orb.
She specifically said, "I am bleeping worthy."
Yeah, that's true. You did
Yeah.
like have like
but not to the orb.
I do remember what Jordan's talking about. I think there was something there. I don't know if it was that specific to the orb necessarily, but there's an arc there. I do remember.
There was an arc, yeah, I guess. Takewee, I don't know if she thinks that she's worthy to pure heart. I mean, she definitely is on the path of like that, but like
it didn't say pure of heart. It said free from the taint, which I don't know.
Right,
if that's
which is like,
necessarily-
okay. I mean, like I'm doing my best to fight these demons, but I mean, I think she's also thinking in her mind, like, yeah, but I also still have like loyalties elsewhere, So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. And that's where you hear the ghost fades, and then Gochi picks up the body and carries it to the portal. And I think the last shot we see is just them turning back to you, nodding, and then like walking into this kind of shimmery portal that's opened up in the back of this weird earth fortress made of a house of cards. And they fade, and then I think
Takewee just like sighs, and I think she's going to stand outside of the house of cards because she wants to see what's coming.
Yeah,
and so she's going to be like, kind of swiveling the, her hammer in her hands, and just goes, "Well, am I a hero? I don't know. But we're going to bring it."
Yeah, I think so. Takewee, were you even in the shrine or whatever when they went into the portal?
No.
Or were you already outside? Okay, that I like that, because I think we see them go in, and then we get a shot of Takewee already outside, like waiting. And as soon as they step into the portal, as soon as the portal opens, right, and like things start happening in the back, you can sense the magic coming from behind you. You see in the distance like these, the trees in the distance, and you see immediately like the shot in every movie where something's happening, the birds all suddenly fly out of the trees, right? Something is coming.
Here's my question. Did you tell us what you saw, Alyssa? What the ghost said?
Once you all come outside to join me,
Yes.
yes, I will.
Okay, because here's the thing.
As we're waiting for the demons.
Here's the thing. He said fish demon, and we're by a lake. So
Yep.
it might be coming from there too.
Yep.
So I think Vren's gonna quickly get into the air. He's like, I don't know. I ain't getting away from whatever's about to come from anywhere.
And next
Plus
week on
also,
Terra,
then he can scout a little better because he can see further along.
and then next week on Terra Invicta, we're doing tower
Nope,
defense.
Not next week.
Or
think we're off next
next
week.
time on Terra Invicta, we're doing tower defense.
Yep.
It'll
The
be good.
Blookit
It'll be
game?
We just gotta save up enough coins to buy a super monkey.
Very good. Very good. Well, let's go ahead and call our episode there, and we'll do some fun demon punch-in next time on Terra Invicta. Thanks for playing, guys. We'll go ahead and record an after show. We are out.